What's going on, good people? This is Cam with Elevated Lawnscapes, and we are back at it out here in the yard again. In this video, we're gonna talk about irrigation, or in other words, watering your lawn. So the thing is, people, you don't have to have an in-ground irrigation system to make sure that you're watering your lawn at any given point during the season. It can be done in a simple fashion and keep your lawn from going into summer dormancy. So what we're gonna do in this one, we're gonna talk about the 3 things that you need to have to make it easy, simple, and effective. All right, let's get into it. All right, so now let's think about the 3 things that we're gonna need to be able to water our lawn properly. First thing is gonna be a timer. People will come up with a number of reasons why I can't water my lawn. I don't know my work hours, I work too late, I don't have time after I get off work, I gotta take care of the kids, whatever the case may be. Having a timer allows you to take care of your watering when you need to, which is in the morning, and you don't have to think about, is it gonna water, did I water the lawn, oh I forgot, I don't have time. Get you a timer, it makes this process so much easier and it takes some stress off of you. Here are 2 options for a timer. This one I really do like. This is a 4-way, so you can actually set it up to water 4 different areas in your lawn, and it is programmable that allows you to do that. Love it. You can, if you've got a larger size lawn, this was definitely gonna be a good option for you. You can set up 4 different sprinklers and they will all run on a program that you don't have to think about. So if you have a smaller lawn and you only need 1 sprinkler, the Orbit, this is another one that is a good option. Both of these are made by Orbit. I did pick them up from one of the big box stores. Can't remember which one, but check them out. These are 2 good options. The second thing that we need to have, you need to make sure that you have a good water hose. Even if you don't spend the money to get a good one, I've even seen them at the dollar store. They may not last you as long, but the point is you need a way to get the water from your timer to your sprinkler, which brings us to the 3rd thing that we need to have, and that is a sprinkler. There's a number of them that you can use. Any of them serve the purpose, which is delivering water from your water hose to the soil. Let's not complicate this thing. There are some that are better than others. So get your sprinkler. I've got a number of them here. Any of them will work because they do the purpose that is set for, which is delivering water. Got your spigot. You're then gonna hook up your timer. You can either hook it directly into your spigot here, or you can have a lead hose that would then go into your timer. Simple as that. That is what's gonna make this process so much easier. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna need your hose to run out to wherever your sprinklers are. So then one of the tricks that I do is, you don't see any water hose running there, but they're there. The only thing I've done is that I've just added a little mulch over top of them. Boom, covers them up. My beds are now nice and clean. You don't see hoses running. And then it runs out to my irrigation head, which is here. Boom, feeds right into it. And like I said, I've done some additional work. Let me know if y'all want some more information on that. I have found a way to put mine in the ground, but I'm still using above ground water hose. And then I have one here, and I have another hose that runs along here to another head. Okay, now is when it's time to actually water areas outside of your flower beds. The thing is, you can just run your hose from your timer right out to your sprinkler head. And this is where I was talking about, if you have enough pressure and you need to water larger areas, you can now have a sprinkler head here and connect it to another sprinkler head there. Simple. Just make sure that you actually are getting head-to-head coverage. You want the sprinkler head that is here to throw all the way back to whatever your next sprinkler is that is near. That's what we call head-to-head coverage. Make sure that you're getting full coverage between the area between those two sprinklers. And a little trick, okay, y'all know this is demonstration purposes, but I actually have a hose that is within my lawn that is running from the flower bed from my sprinklers over there. All you have to do to hide your hoses, just pull that grass back and tuck. Pull the grass back and tuck that hose in. As you can see, I am cutting tall. This is at 4 1/4 inches. Once you tuck that hose down to the ground surface, it is not going to come up and you are not going to have issues with hitting it with your mower. At this time of year, you should definitely be cutting at least 3 1/2 to 4 inches high, especially if your areas are in full sun. All right, so now we've got our sprinklers out, we've got them set up. Now it's time to turn them on, run them, and figure out how long we actually need to run our timer settings and get it programmed in. So I know there's a tuna can challenge out there. Great idea, good. These are little irrigation gauges. They actually have the measurements already on them, and you can get 10 of them for about 20 bucks off of Amazon, and they just stick in the ground. Boom, you run your irrigation. Once it gets to the 1/2 inch mark, however long that takes for your sprinklers to run, that is how long you need to set your timer for. Now you know how long it takes you to put a 1/2 inch of water down on your lawn twice a week. That gives you 1 inch. Super hot, super dry, maybe 1.5 inches. Run it 3 times a week at that same duration. And now you have your irrigation plan set up. There's nothing else that you've got to do except for monitor it, making sure that you don't have any dry spots, making sure that you're getting good coverage. You may have to do some adjustments here and there to get your system really dialed in, but this is the overall process for being able to get your lawn some irrigation and some water without spending a ton of money, and stuff you can just pick up from the big box store other than these. So that is gonna wrap it up for this one. We covered the 3 things that you need plus 1, which is the irrigation gauge. And that's it, people. Like, let's not make it too complicated. That's a way to do it. And at this time, don't worry about your sprinkler heads sticking up in the yard. When you've got the greenest lawn on the block, nobody's gonna care about those sprinklers sticking up in your lawn. All right, for all of y'all out there striving to have those immaculate lawns or gardens, just know we working.